Unidad 3, Parte 3, AR Verb Conjugation Notes page. So this is the notes page that you're going to be filling in as you watch this presentation. All right, today we're going to be learning how to conjugate AR verbs. But before we even get to that, we need to do a little review. So I want you to take a moment right now, and on your page you have numbers 1 through 23 are a bunch of verbs that we have learned recently. They all end in AR. They're AR verbs, right? Because they have AR on the ends of every single one of them. But I want you to take a minute right now and just see how many you can get without looking them up. See how many you know just off the top of your head. So pause, do that, and come back when you are finished. Now, hopefully you realize that you remembered more than you remembered. Or maybe you were like, oh crap, I need to review this. Either way, now you have it and now you know. Okay, so the next section says, recuerdas. What are the subject pronouns? So remember that awesome little song we sang, yo is I, and tú is you, informal. Él and ella, he and she. Usted is you, more formally. Nosotros, nosotras both mean we. Vosotros, vosotras, y'all, the southern way. Ellos and ellas both mean they, and ustedes is you guys. All right, so those are the subject pronouns. We need to remember all of these things. That's why we're reviewing them first. So you need to remember your verbs and you need to remember your subject pronouns. And now we need to talk about what are the two parts of Spanish verbs. So in every verb, you have two parts, the stem and the ending. The stem is whatever comes before the ending. And the ending is what we just talked about, AR, ER, IR. Verbs only end in one of those three. And the one that we're focusing on today is hablar, or not hablar, is AR verbs. So ones that end with AR. So something you need to remember, always, 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 is that they have a stem. It's the first letters leading up to that ending, and then you have the ending. Now, what does conjugate mean? It's really simple. It's a huge word, but it just means to change a verb to a new form. Now, that doesn't really help. So instead, I'm going to show you what it is in English. So on your page, it says examples in English, blank becomes blank. So your example is that to talk becomes any of these. I talk, you talk, he talks, she talks, we talk, y'all talk, they talk, you guys talk. That is what you're going to write there. So under examples in English, you're going to put to talk, and then next to it where it says becomes, that's where you're going to choose one or two or whatever you want there. Just make sure you understand that that is what's happening. So we have conjugated that verb in English. We took the verb to talk and we conjugated it to I talk, y'all talk, she talks. That is how you conjugate a verb. That's what it is in English. So we did that in English, but now let's figure out how we can do that in Spanish. It is super easy. It follows a couple simple steps. So now we're on the second page of the notes page where it says how to conjugate AR verbs, really, really big. Simple. So step one, drop the ending. So remember, we just talked about how the ending is the AR, AR, AR. So you're going to drop that ending, right? So here was the verb. Now we've dropped the ending. And then step two says add a new ending for each pronoun or put something back. So here is what's going to happen. We have just dropped the ending for the verb hablar. So now I'm going to have to add in the new ones. Anytime you have a yo form that you want to say you yourself are doing it, you're going to add an O. For the tú, you're going to add an AS, as. For the él, ella, and usted, you're going to add an A. For the nosotros and nosotras, you're going to add amos. For vosotros and vosotras, you're going to add ais. For ellos, ellas, and ustedes, you're going to add an. So our endings. Now, we have habl right there. We have that beginning all of them, but this goes for all of them. Anytime you have to take an ending off, then you have to add something new. So now this just became I talk. It went from to talk into I talk. How do I know that? Because yo means I, and when I drop the ending and put an O on the end, that becomes I talk. Then this one I know is you informal talk because it ends in an AS. So those are the endings. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. So on your notes page, it says, once you've added a new ending, the meaning changes. So instead of hablar, to speak, yo hablo means I speak. Tú hablas means you speak. So now I want you to put everything together that you have learned and conjugate the verb cantar. So cantar means to sing. Step 1, you're going to take the verb cantar and drop the ending. And I've already done this. So I took off the AR and I'm just going to start putting CANT in each of these. And then step 2, add a new ending. So the yo form is going to be an O. If we remember, the to form is going to be an as. El, ella, usted, a. Nosotros, nosotras, amos. Vosotros, vosotras, ais. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, han. So now it says yo canto, tú cantas, él canta, ella canta, usted canta, right? Nosotros cantamos, vosotros cantáis, ellos cantan. Now, just to make sure you understand how these are pronounced, go ahead and repeat after me. Canto, or actually no, repeat after me. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. So that is how you conjugate a verb. Now what I'd like you to do is what I have here. Put it in English next to it so that you see it all together. Yo canto means I sing. Figure out, what is tú cantas? What is that? Pause, figure it out, and then come back and check. That would be you sing, you informal. What about this next one? Él, ella, usted, él canta becomes he sings. Ella canta, she sings. Usted canta, you formal sing. All right, figure out the next two and then come back. Nosotros, nosotras cantamos. We sing. Vosotros, vosotras cantáis. Figure out what that one is. Y'all sing. Ellos, ellas, ustedes cantan. That would be they, ellos or ellas, they sing. Or ustedes, you guys sing. All right, that is it.